Today, the Fed Reserve will announce its interest rate decision and the further monetary policy plans. The remaining 2 days of this trading week are going to be active as well. What will attract the attention of market participants? To find it out, watch our video calendar for traders on InstaForex TV channel. Well, to start with, traders will get some data to assess the global economic conditions. On Thursday, an array of PMI reports will be published across the globe. At first, China will publish the report on manufacturing activity. Analysts are predicting improvement. The PMI index is expected to approach the booster level of 50 points. Naturally, this news will encourage investors and the demand for the Australian dollar is likely to increase. However, during the European trading session, the sentiment may drastically change after the Eurostat releases the preliminary inflation data. Bearing in mind a negative tendency in the consumer sentiment and weak economic growth, analysts are predicting that the inflation rate declined to 0.7% from 0.8%. Therefore, this news can trigger a sell-off in the euro. Along with that, the European GDP report will see the light, but it's likely to have a minor impact on the investor sentiment. At the same time, a similar report from Canada is likely to be of a greater interest. On Thursday, the report on the gross domestic product growth for August will see the light. Experts are predicting an increase of 1.4%, the same that was seen in the previous reporting period. In fact, it will be positive news, so the Canadian dollar will have a chance to strengthen. However, traders should also factor in the results of the Bank of Canada meeting that will be held today. If both these events will be favorable for the loonie, it will be reasonable to sell USD CAD pair. On Friday, market participants will shift their attention to highly important statistics from the United States, where the jobs market data will be released. The forecast is pessimistic, and if it is confirmed, the American currency will plunge across the boat at the end of the week. However, the report on average hourly earnings change may limit the downfall of the American currency. Analysts are predicting that the monthly wages growth sped up to 0.3% in October, while an annual pace of growth is expected at 3%. These figures may be a sign of an increase in consumer activity and spending, which in turn will have a positive impact on the GDP and the inflation. On top of the above-mentioned events, traders need to pay attention to the following events. Tomorrow, the Bank of Japan will hold the monetary policy meeting and a press conference. In Germany, the retail sales report will see the light, while in the United States, the personal expenditure index will indicate the consumer activity. On Friday, more PMI reports will be published by Market Economics. Those will be manufacturing PMIs from China, the United Kingdom and the United States. By the way, a similar report will be published by the Institute for Supply Management in the United States. You are watching Forex Trader Calendar on InstaForex TV channel with me, Kate Stichina. We wish you profitable deals.